Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Nier Replicant on PlayFrame and story mode, and the start of the second playthrough. Well, not the very start, but the second playthrough, though. The true Nier weirdness... Nearedness? No, that's dumb. It gets weird from here. Weirder, I should say. But we're not going to really start charging ahead into the second playthrough just yet. There is one different thing I want to do. But just to give you an idea of what it is we're, to explain what the rest of this experience is going to be, because I promised I would. So, as you could see in the previous episode, we have been dropped back into the second half of the game, kind of starting from when we saved Kainé and have the group back together. From here, we basically play the second half of the game again, but as you already saw, there's new stuff added, and some of the stuff we already saw is going to be different. Not all of it, but some. So basically, we're going to be going back through the game at a somewhat accelerated pace. This is in part why I tried to get all of the Quest Fest stuff done in the first playthrough, so we didn't have to stop to do it any of that nonsense again later, because I want to be able to just focus on the main story from here on, and charge us ahead through that, and that should be fun. We're not going to start with that today, though. We're going to start with the thing that I wanted to do last time, but I couldn't because I couldn't access it. Apparently, you have to be past the first ending to be able to access this thing.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here. Take a look.
And here we go. This was released as DLC for the original game. Now it's just bundled in with Nier Replicant. And you need to do it, not only because it's some additional story stuff, but there are 3 weapons that you get access to in here, and I believe you need those. I guess now that we've broken the seal on the fact that there are multiple endings that we're going to be getting here to this game, one of those endings, in fact a couple of them, require you to have collected every weapon in the game, which is why you can't just gun through ignoring side stuff, because some of the side quests are where you get those weapons you need to get different endings. And so that's why we're doing this.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
I don't think I've ever actually played this stuff, so this should be... Whoa!
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now. There's the door.
Right. Let's go.
I didn't know this is how this worked. This is cool. So hey, meet Papa Nier, everyone. He is actually in this one. Who'd have thought? And this is the look you have for him, kind of a post-time skip. It's basically the only thing that is different from the first half of the game with Papa Nier is that his clothing's just a little different, and he's got the little face mask thing on. That's about it. But cool, I did not know we were going to get to hang out with Papa Nier this time. Hooray! Proceed beyond this point and you will be unable to save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through the door? Why, yes. That's so cool, I didn't know that's how that worked. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Oh. Interesting. So I think my understanding is that my understanding is that this DLC is basically a succession of combat rooms that have some story attached, but I've not done it before, so who knows? Come here. Slightly different lighting style in here, too. That's interesting. Come here. Fun music, too. If the combat portion of this DLC stuff starts to get tedious, we'll trim it down a bit, but This is interesting so far. Guess I really should start taking advantage of a whirlwind again for all these small fry. I added some different words to it so that the paralysis side effect is buffed up considerably, which is probably not going to make a huge difference with a small fry here. This is just going to chew through them anyway, but now everything is ultra paralyzed for sure when it gets hit, so that's fun. These are long stairs. Ah, there we go. Boss at the bottom. Alrighty. I'm quite strong. Wonder how hard this gets. Hey, we got some herbs. Hooray. A black scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. Okay, so they're taking even for DLC. This is very, very budget in a charming sort of Nier way. It's pre-existing locations that they have just sort of spruced up with some wacky shading. Sometimes you just gotta work with the budget you got. Get paralyzed. Stop blocking me, please. Thank you. This is helping immensely. Okay, this oughta solve my problems. Shades, please. In retrospect, it's interesting to me how much the story of Nier is, like, overlaps with aspects of Kingdom Hearts stuff. Like, the Gestalt and Replicant sort of thing, with the souls separated from bodies to be put back in replicants later. It's, like, very Heartless and Nobody, in a way. Wow, jeez. That's a little excessive, Shades, please. Even down to the fact that the replicants started growing hearts or souls or just a sentience of their own, which kind of created the conflict with the souls wanting to re-inhabit the replicant when there's already a soul that they just regrew inside themselves, and the sort of the conflict there. That itself is also pretty Kingdom Hearts. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness. Shades, stop being nuisances and stop hiding. Stop being shielded. You're elusive little pains in the butt already. Shades. There's another one down. Hey, obtained the one-handed sword Fool's Embrace. There's one of them. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Indeed, that is a direct Drakengard. That is the Drakengard connection, basically. The one Drakengard connection. The dragon thing. There's a slightly more to it than that, but not much more. I guess we should top off, shouldn't we? We're being given a bunch of herbs. Might as well use them. It's dark in here. Come here, you. A little sturdier, this fella. Only a little, though. Yeah, get through that armor. Almost got you. There we go. Done. The black sickness stains the future. The journey to return to soulless vessels. Ooh, side-scrolly. Ow. Yeah. Careful. Ah, dang. Oh, these games. Getting messed up and paralyzed, Ollie. Oh, goodness, this is overpowered in the best way. Just tearing them up. Shade, stop. Whoa, sand. Shade, please. There we go. Tricky figuring out how to actually hit that one without falling off. No. Darn it, Shades. No. Jumping's a little, finicky. Get it. Hit. There we go. Better. Whee. Yep. There we go. Ooh, boss times. Ow. You're gonna go down quick. We're very strong. Hey, obtained the Kabuki outfit. Okay. And stuff. Ooh. New door. Let's go do it. Proceed beyond this point, you'll be unable to... yeah, okay. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day, and one which has never seen the night. Okay, so there you go, confirmation. Sun done stopped. Well, not the sun, but, you know. The following actions are prohibited in this room. Magic spewing bad. Okay. No magic then. Fine. I'll manage somehow. Did not expect Papa Nier in this stretch. What a neat little surprise. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. Oh, hey, the junk heap. Even in the dream diary, can't quite escape it. Guess it's more of a dream journal, isn't it? Shades, quit. Doop 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 doop. All right, Shades. Do you think you could all please chill out?
It seems we have been shut in.
Oh, well, that's no good. Ooh, titanium alloys. Yeah, my understanding was that some of those rare drop items that are particularly frustrating can be a lot more plentiful in these DLC spaces. That's encouraging. If we happen to get lucky, maybe we'll manage to get an eagle egg in one of these places, because that's the last upgrade material I need to fully upgrade this spear. Not that we really need it. It's a little strong as is. These remixes are a lot of fun. So many bullets. There we go. So many shades. The song of man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Ooh. Little battle arena. So be it. Stop it, robots. I've fought quite enough of you to last a lifetime. Or 2, or 3. And there we go. Another room down. Hey, and we got the other weapon. We need one more from this. Nier brought a chick home with him. It makes little chirps and follows me around, and it's just the cutest thing ever. I love that we're still occasionally getting new ones of that. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Yeah, that's basically describing the apocalypse. So I don't know that we're going to get, with any more clarity, a more detailed description of that apocalypse that kind of caused our whole situation. So just to, while I'm fighting infinite robots and shades and whatnot, just to kind of break down what the Drakengard connection is. In the original first Drakengard game, and there are 3 of them, in the first one, there were also multiple endings. And one of the last endings, arguably a joke ending, your main character, who's a guy named Kainé, who fights and rides on a big red dragon. The Drakengard series is sort of a hybrid Dynasty Warriors, Panzer Dragoon sort of thing. You chase a final boss monster thing through a giant portal. And on the other side of that portal, you both end up in early 2000s Tokyo, which is kind of the joke part. And you fight the final boss over the Tokyo skyline. It's kind of cool. A little goofy, but kind of cool. That all resolves with, and I guess Drakengard spoilers, but I don't recommend playing it. That all resolves with that monster defeated and falling apart, and like breaking apart and raining down basically over Tokyo. And the Japanese military shooting down your red dragon and killing it, and that also falling and raining down on Tokyo. And the remains of that monster, of that final boss, are pretty poisonous, it turns out, and cause this this black scroll disease type thing that basically wiped the world out. That's what that is. And my understanding is that the dragon's remains are why we have magic in this world. That's why all the magic in this game has sort of like a red color to it from that red dragon, which that's a fun little neat connection. That is the full extent of the connection between Drakengard and Nier. And that is why I'm not bothering to play the Drakengard games, because beyond that little bit of trivia, there's not really much any connection of value. There's nothing that about Drakengard that further informs or adds interesting context to the story or plot of Nier. It's like if there were a new video game series that kicked off, that like originated from the alien dog UFO joke ending of Silent Hill 2 or something. It's interesting, but it's not necessary. Or I guess the comparison I made earlier in this series when I first brought it up is more apt. It's like saying that you have to play every Final Fantasy game and watch every Disney animated feature in order to play the Kingdom Hearts games. No, you don't. Like, they may be relevant, but they are not at all necessary to understanding what happens in Kingdom Hearts. And they don't even really help you that much. They're just sort of like, you'll know a little bit more about certain side characters. That's about it, really. I'm doing a bad job fighting these because I'm trying to talk at the same time. But, yeah, that is the connection. And it's kind of an interesting bit of trivia connection, like how this Nier series of games does have kind of a weird, goofy connection to this other series of games. But that's really about it. There's other little tiny little bits of sort of trivia, but it's even less relevant to the story of Nier than what I already described. Like that Accord character who was, I think, introduced in Drakengard 3 after the Nier series was already created, is a character who's present in Drakengard 3 and apparently is the person who wrote the text in the weapon descriptions, I guess? I'm not even sure of that one. That one's a thing I heard somewhat recently. It doesn't really matter for our purposes. It's just sort of a neat little bit of trivia. And now you know. I have saved you lots of Drakengard playing. Although if you do want to know that... Oh, hold up. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. If you do want to... What, am I fighting on this now? How does this work? What? There are people who have summarized the Drakengard stories, if you are curious. They are darker and more bleak than Nier is. Somewhat. If you can believe it. This is ridiculous. It's a rail shooter. It is interesting that this DLC edition, and just the little blurbs of text we're getting between levels are, it seems, giving us a lot like cryptic hints and details at the backstory and the Gestalt project. Just in tiny little cryptic snippets. But I'll take what I can get. Do. I'm glad that this content is now included in the game. I don't know that it would be worth spending additional money for. Boar, you're very strong. Boar. Boar, do you mind? Boar. Thank you. Gracious. How many laps are we going to do around this town? If you're enjoying this music, by the way, this has very strong Drakengard 3 soundtrack vibes. So maybe look up the Drakengard 3 soundtrack if you want to jam to something that's very similar to Nier, but a little bit more like a little bit more hyped up. A lot of their boss fight themes are... I feel like I want to find a better word than epic, but that's kind of the best word I got for it. That's just this sort of epic electronic choral sort of thing. A soundtrack worth listening to, even if you're not intending to play the game ever. I did it! Finally. Hey, we got a samurai outfit. Okay. And experience points. Can't be mad about that. My cough just wouldn't quit today. I bet Nier would have rubbed my back if he was here. I bet he would. Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. Let's see what story, weapons, and or costumes we get from this one. You sense something terribly sinister behind this door. It may be difficult to endure what awaits on the other side unless your soul's at least level 33. Do you want to open the door? What soul level am I anyway? 32. Oh, well, hey, I guess we'll come back to this one? Maybe we'll come back to this one. I'll get a little bit stronger. Level up my weapon more. Well, yeah, I'll try to level up my weapon more. And, then that'll probably make a very big difference. And we're back.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Good times. What else is there in here? Oh, just some goodies. I'll grab those. Maybe we'll talk to Devil outside or something before we, wrap it up. Because from here forth, like, obviously we'll come back and finish this later, but from here forth, we are playing through part 2 of Nier again, like I said before, in a somewhat accelerated fashion. We may be cutting a lot out, because I know there are different things, but I don't remember how much. So these second and third and whatever playthroughs are going to be very accelerated. So don't worry, I'm not going to be making y'all watch us go through the whole part 2 again. I'll try to leave in only as much as we need to see to, like, contextualize all the stuff that is new. So I'll cut out all the boring repetition for y'all. I live to serve.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kainé know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
So now we know a lot more about Devila and Popola, or at least we know some. We know that they are also not human, and that they're basically put in charge of overseeing quote-unquote humanity, just the bunch of replicants who are living in this town. And one of those reports mentioned suppression, so I think that might also be beyond the Black Scroll plague and the shades, i.e. human souls, bonkers human souls outside trying to kill us. Our civilization, like the level to which we've bounced back, might also be being somewhat suppressed by our supervisors here, just making sure that we don't get too technologically advanced or anything before it's time for the souls to inhabit us. But, okay, let's go see Popola.
Man, I'm pushed.
Popola! How's it going?
Popola?
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
I do.
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So, take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
Will do. So henceforth, we're basically just going to be following Red X, wherever Red X tells us to go. No more side quests. Actually, one more side quest that I'll probably do off camera. I realized there's one weapon that, you know, in the Magic Stone quest that we were getting for the fortune teller and...
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
Okay, the fortune teller in the Forest of Myth.
To know the canal is
Guys.
finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Trying to talk to the people, guys. Anyway, that quest where we got our fortunes told and we wound up back in the past in that battle from the very beginning of the game. I think there was a weapon I was supposed to grab in that area. So, excuse me. So I think I need to do that side quest again just to make sure that I grab that one. I think there's another way I can get it without doing that side quest, but I don't want to take chances because gotta have all the weapons. So I'll do that off camera probably. But other than that, no side quests. Just Red X following. It's gonna be good. Tell you what, I will see y'all tomorrow and we will begin the journey back through part 2 of the game. Somewhat accelerated. So we can see all the new things because the new things are interesting. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.